All right, Jeff Zimmerman here with super middleweight contender and star. Edgar Berlanga's got a big fight back in Florida on DAZN this Saturday night against Padre McCrory, another Irishman. How you doing, Edgar?
Doing amazing, man. How's everything?
Going well, man. Like I said, I've been trying to get you for a long time, man. You're a
Yeah.
hot item.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. But I'm glad we're doing it now, man.
Yeah,
Better
same here,
late than ever,
man.
right?
What's that?
I said better late than never, right?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But listen, man, before we get into your fight, I just want to talk about your career a little bit because you've had a career unlike most fighters in boxing history. You come
Yeah.
out of the gate, 16 knockouts in the first round of your first 16 fights. Um, when you look back on that period, was that a blessing or a curse in some ways?
Um, I wouldn't say a curse because I think everything in my life is a blessing. God blessed me with that. With the irons of dynamite. But I feel like it kind of rubbed off the wrong way, maybe if just because a lot of fighters, their first 16 fights, they'll catch a lot of experience, you know, either, going a distance or, even, getting rocked early on and coming back and stopping the guy. So, my first 16 fights was just boom, 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 boom. And, a lot of times, I got away from my old coach, after 4 or 5 years, we wasn't together. So the guy that made me, so, with that, it was like, it's a little hard, because it's like now I'm not getting the experience, and then now all of a sudden that I'm going a distance, which I feel like is a good thing. Yeah, I want to get the knockout. Yeah, I want to knock all these guys out. But I do need experience. I needed to tear my bicep in the third round and then get dropped in the ninth and then come back and still beat the shit out the guy and break his orbital bone and come back and fight through injuries and I needed that in my career. That's what's only gonna make a champion. Everything happens for a reason, man. But you know, it's happening now. I'm going a distance. But I'm getting experience. My last fight, I dropped the guy 4 times. I went 12 rounds, which I was excited. Because it's 12 rounds. 12 rounds is a championship fight. And I feel like in order for me to fight those top guys, I needed to go that 12 round. Imagine me knocking everything out, and then I go and I fight a Munguia, I go and I fight a Canelo, and it's like it's different. You know what I'm saying? At that level, it's a lot different. That the IQ, the pressure, everything is just different at that caliber. So I do need that experience.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Oh, I
no
needed
doubt.
that experience.
Yeah, were you feeling the pressure though? I mean, Puerto Rican at home, New York, Hula Theater. You got these celebrities, artists, everybody's following your every move. Were you feeling the pressure a little bit in that time?
Not necessarily because I drive with that. Like I love that. I think boxing is entertainment. I think you know you see everybody that made a lot of money in boxing, the entertainers. Floyd, McGregor, Jake Paul. Look at Jake Paul just came on the scene and he's banking. So I think a lot of times, you got to bring that. You know, that's not me 24/7. If you turn on the cameras, then the cameras is on. Then I got to show as entertainment. At the end of the day, you got to entertain your fans. You can't be a mummy and just be quiet and not do anything. You're not gonna bring in those people. But if you be in everybody's ass, you knocking people out, you got the swag, you look good. What I'm saying? You can talk shit here and there. That's what brings in the money. That's what brings in the viewership.
Yeah, and then you had the one fight, which we'll just label it the Tyson bite fight. You mentioned it afterwards. I would imagine you were a big fan of Tyson growing up.
Yeah.
Um, what happened there? Was it just the elbows in the moment? So you didn't. It wasn't like you had to get a knockout that night.
Nah, know what it was that we already spoke with the ref and like right before the fight said, yo, that dude's a dirty guy, bro. Like he's coming in there super dirty. Like first of all, he missed weight. He was 3 pounds over. He didn't want to lose the weight. He said if that guy came in on some like from the beginning of the way, he came in on some cheating shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, fuck. Like the dude came over. He didn't want to make weight. He's like, if I take money from him, he's not gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? And he goes into the fight. I'm like, yo, this guy throws a lot of elbows. He headbutts a lot. I told him, like, you gotta be careful. And the dude kept doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. And he actually cut me open with an elbow. He split me open, throwing an elbow. And if you look at is a YouTuber. He broke the fight down the whole 10 rounds, and you could just see all the dirty shit that he was doing, bro. Jabbing, he was like turning it over, throwing uppercuts, and bro hitting landing, bro hitting me, and I'm like, then after the fact, I fucking had headaches. You know what I'm saying? Because of all the elbows and headbutts he was hitting me with. You know, so it was just out of frustration a little bit. You know, I'm like, I got a little out of character. You know, it happens as a fighter.
Yeah, but you've recovered from that, and you won your last couple of fights. You had a good run with Top Rank. I mean, they're great at building guys up. You left.
Sure.
Yeah, and now you're with Eddie Hearn, Matchroom. And when you signed with them, it sounded like the ultimate goal was to get that Canelo fight. Is that still the goal?
Yeah, that's still the goal. Obviously I gotta get past Saturday. I gotta perform my ass off. 1, 2, I gotta live like a superstar. 3, I gotta end it in a fashionable way. And I feel like it's right there. That fight is still there. I know there've been a lot of talks with us, happening this year, but Canelo has his, his way and his way of thinking and his way of doing business. But you got bigger, other fights out there, bigger fights out there for me as well.
Do you feel like today, Edgar, that you're ready for the big boys of the division? I'll put Benavidez, Canelo in there, and now Munguia is making a run at 168 with Freddie Roach.
Yeah, for sure. I think I'm ready. I know I'm ready for these guys. It's about that time already. I'm 26, about to be 27. It's already about that time. Especially with me, like when I step in there with those type of guys, like I always been like that. Like they bring the best out of me. I know they're gonna bring the best out of me. Like literally the best out of me. So yeah, man, I'm ready for these guys, man. It's what boxing is about. It's getting the best fights, putting up the best shows, and making it back.
Yeah, and everybody's kind of hoping the next fight for Canelo is Benavidez. It doesn't seem like it's going to be. But what are your thoughts on that fight? Who do you like in that matchup?
I think Benavidez, because of his punch output. Right now Canelo's not like really throwing a lot of punches. He's just throwing 1 or 2 shots. And I don't feel like that'll be a guy like Benavidez. But a guy like Benavidez, you gotta sit there. You can't be running around. You gotta bite down on your mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying, and give him angles and match that. And if you match that, then you go. And you overmatch it. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Canelo's output, it'd be overwhelming for him.
How big of a fight would it be? Edgar Berlanga versus Canelo versus Benavidez versus Munguia at Madison Square Garden, Mexican versus Puerto Rico.
That's another one. That's a history right there. That's a history fight. That's a historical fight. I feel like those type of fights is gonna go down like a Trinidad, Vargas, like a Floyd Mayweather Pacquiao, and the list goes on, man. Like a great fights that people could sit back 20 years later, and they can mention like, damn, Berlanga when he fought Canelo, when Berlanga fought Munguia, Puerto Rico versus Mexico. That shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like the atmosphere, people know the atmosphere is gonna be crazy. I got my island behind me, I got Puerto Rico behind me, man. So fights like that is what makes boxing exciting.
You got Tito Trinidad behind you too, right?
Yeah, hell yeah, Trinidad, man. I got a lot. I'm blessed. I got a lot of people behind me. I'm blessed. The Lord definitely is blessing me. I also want to dedicate this fight to the Christian Rivera Foundation. If you could put that out there. It's a foundation that I've been working with for about 1.5 years, almost 2 years. And it's kids that's dying from brain tumors, young kids. They suffer from it's called DIPG, and we don't have a cure yet for it. So these kids are living about 6 months if they're diagnosed with the tumor. 6 to 4 months they're done. Right now there's a young lady, a young girl. Her name is Jessica Silva. She's Puerto Rican. She was a boxing she was a boxing standout for the amateurs. She won gold medals, and she's actually like on the verge of dying right now. I actually gave her I awarded her for the Angulo fight in New York in 2022. But yeah, I'm making a big statement this weekend, fighting for them, for those kids, man. For her, we was trying to bring her out here so she could get a little bit more radiation to bring down the tumor. but the doctor said it's not going to be possible for her to make it out here because she has to do more, and she has several days to live. So just that's all that's on my mind. Is winning this weekend, but winning for them, for her, for her family, and for all the kids that's out there. It sucks, man. And these young kids, man, it's 2 years old, 3 years old, and they're just dying, bro. So. And I'm with the board, man. I'm one of the board members of it, So if you look it up, I would like for you. I know you're a big, you have a big platform, so I would like to really push that, man, for this weekend.
How can people find more information on that, Edgar? Is there a website?
So yeah, you could put the website, the Christian, CR, not with an H, Christian Rivera Foundation. Once you put that up, everything's gonna pop up. You're gonna see everything about it. Okay. It's crazy, man. There's a deep story behind it, and the CEO of it, is one of my good friends. He's like an uncle to me. He's like my father's, brother, for many years. And yeah, man, it's sad, So I've been pushing that this whole week, telling the media, to really push that, man, because there's kids out there that's dying. It's bigger than boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like these kids are dying so young. This is bigger than boxing, man. It's more for them,
Right. Well, we'll definitely get it promoted on the sites we talked about. But before we wrap up, and I'll let you go, man. But here with Edgar Berlanga, one of the hottest young fighters, still a young fighter in boxing, a superstar already. Got a big fight this weekend. Let's not look past Padraig McCrory. What do you know about him? What does he bring to the table? I know he's an older guy. He's fought cruiserweight, light heavyweight, and he's undefeated.
Yeah. I know that he's coming to fight. He has a good right hand. He's Irish. Those Irish people, they strong. They're tough. So we Puerto Rican, man. We coming to fight too as well. But smart. I got to be smart in there. I got to be alert. Good feet. A great jab. That's what's gonna set everything up to end the show. So it's behind that big jab. Great jab of mine. And yeah, man, I feel like it's gonna be a great night. Boxing.
Do you have to, let me ask you this, Edgar, do you have to win impressively, though, to get into the sweepstakes with Canelo, Benavidez, Munguia? Do you have to get a knockout, do you feel, or just dominate to be mentioned?
Yeah, if not a knockout, just domination. I really got to go in there. I can't make it look close. I got to really go out there and just school this boy, and let him know that, he got to stay over there, and, he can't come on his side, his levels. And I gotta do that this weekend. It's very important. That's been in my head is just, looking like a superstar. That's what I've been saying. It's superstar status. I'm saying? The superstar status is, performing under those bright lights and obviously, performing at my best ability. I think, and I know that, if I go in there the way I want to go in there and do my thing, he ain't gonna know what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? Like there's really levels to it. So, I just gotta go in there and display that.
What do you want to say to your fans? I mean, you pretty much said it there, but you got fans all over the world. You got that style that people love to see. What do you want to say to them?
Thank you for the support, all my fans, even the haters, man, even the doubters. I love you guys. Thank you guys for everything, for all the support. Tune in this weekend, February 24th, live on the Zone. I'm fighting here in Orlando. It's about, I think, 100 tickets left for the fight. So, it's going to be a sold-out show. I'm excited. People don't know, Orlando is a little Puerto Rico. There's going to be a lot of Puerto Ricans out here. So
I heard some Irish people are coming out, too.
Yeah, let's see. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that.
Well, listen, man, I appreciate the time. You heard it here. Edgar Berlanga got a big fight this weekend, trying to look impressive, to get in there with the big boys of the division, super middleweight, the Canelos, Benavidez, etc. Wishing nothing but luck, man. We'll promote your foundation, and I hope to do this again, man. This is a lot of fun.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man.
All right, thank you.